Awesome. I think we are live. What's good, guys? What's good? I think I have a button here. Top of the year, man. Oh man, what a time to be alive. Gonna give some time here for the stream to get connected, some people to hop on.
Why I love Envato Element?
Okay. We are going ahead and tapping in. We're going ahead and tapping in for a top of the week analysis, because you know how it goes, man. I'm a firm believer. Look at that. We got alerts going off and we just started. But I'm a firm believer, guys, in preparation, right? Firm believer in preparation. I love to have, of course, confirmations and all those things, but all of that starts with preparation. You know what I'm saying? So every Monday, I actually do my own top of the week analysis on Sundays, but every Monday, I go live with the guild, with you guys, and now starting this year, we're doing them on YouTube. So it's going to be open to everybody, regardless of if they're in one of our private groups or not. Or if they're in any of the free groups, it doesn't even matter, right? If we're gonna go ahead and give the value right here on YouTube, and just start to build our the outside of our community, right? Like if you think of a community as like somewhere that's like a house, like you got the house, but I want to have the type of house that got like benches outside, chairs sitting around, like people chilling, enjoying the time. That's what we're doing here on YouTube, all right? So with that being said, always like to start off looking at the economic calendar, of course, right? Seeing what's coming on for the day and for the week. Now, today being Monday, I chose Mondays because typically I like to wait. Even if I trade on Mondays, I tend to wait for my true determination on the direction of the week, my expectation for the week, until Monday's price action has played out, right? So I felt like it's better anyways for us to just do these streams and stuff like that on Mondays. That way we can already have a bias, going into the remainder of the week. So just looking, today being Monday, it was actually Martin Luther King Day. All right, so U.S. bank holidays, banks was closed. And we did have some European news, Canadian dollar news, but let's look at the week ahead, right? We already had CPI last week, and NFP last week. All right, so this week, man, alerts are going crazy right now. Yeah, markets are actually absolutely selling their head off right now. So we'll talk about that. All right, but with that being said, so Tuesday, we have some London session news, German CPI dropping at 2 a.m. And other than that, no high impact news, right? We do have some medium impact news the rest of the day, 8:30 a.m. To watch out for, but Canadian CPI at 8:30 a.m. as well, right? But that the major only high impact news as far as what they have it listed as here is going to be the one during London session today. We'll have some Chinese GDP later on today. Chinese, I just keep it on my economic calendar because sometimes whenever there's big Chinese news, you can see it affect actually the price of gold and silver, right? So I keep it on there for that reason. Now tomorrow, London session, we're going to be seeing pound CPI, and then American retail sales 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. So Wednesday should be a pretty good, pretty straightforward day. Thursday, okay, high impact dollar news 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. Pretty straightforward week, guys. No hicks, right? No what I like to call hicks, like NFP already got past that. CPI, we already got past that. FOMC, that's not this week, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if we already had FOMC for this month. Sorry guys, I live on an island, so you're gonna hear people outside yelling and stuff. But yeah, we're not looking to have any crazy news that's gonna be popping off this week. All right, so with that being said, it's the top of the year. So I'm gonna want to start off with some higher time frame, right? Looking at the dollar. I always like to start looking at the dollar first. Now, it's not always this loud, right? It's not always this loud, but I think a truck is trying to get past right now, so we'll go ahead and we'll just understand that's not every time, guys. I know it's drag. It's a little bit drag. All right, cool. So we're good to go. Now, with that being said, like to start off of looking at the dollar. That's always where I like to start. I don't even know what was going on with that. We're gonna do the study music. All right. So, of course, like to start off with the dollar. All right. So I'm gonna wipe. Do I need to wipe this dollar chart? Let's see. I'm gonna delete a few things off this. We're gonna clean it up a little bit, and I'm gonna use it for this analysis for today. You guys drop in the chat. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And let me know, have you traded already? Starting off this year, have you already traded, or did you were you a patient person? Waited till the month got started up. Let me know in the chat. All right. Now, looking at DXY, starting off on the monthly, right? Brand new year just started off. And we have January giving us signs as to how the monthly candle is starting off. Now, here's the interesting thing to me. This is how we looked coming into January, like this. Okay, price had traded down. All right. Use an arrow. Okay, I don't have my mouse with me, so I was just figuring that out. Now, price had traded above these highs of 2023. Right here We had highs of 2023. Okay, that price traded above here in the third quarter of the year. Okay, third quarter is from July, right? From July, August, September, price traded up above this level here, right? Then the fourth quarter of the year, we saw price retrace from that level. Now, what's interesting about this whole thing is that for me, here we had a very big price run higher on the dollar on the monthly time frame, and just looking at that, price run from a higher time frame perspective, you can see that we've just been trading at the equilibrium of that price run since all of 2023. Excuse me. Excuse me. All of 2023, right? We were just trading in an equilibrium of this level, right? And then at the end, we saw price run one direction, okay, and then drop down, come down on the other side. Now, what I found interesting, right? And I've been wanting a bullish dollar, right? I've been wanting to see this be more of a, we traded higher, saw price come down. We saw them here respect this imbalance key level, right? We saw them hit it once, trade away, hit it once, trade away, come down, hit the bottom side, right? And then boom, ran higher, right? And here again, we're hitting that same key level again. Now, I think it's getting weird now, right? Because looking at it, we can see we have a high, we have a low, right? And these lows are lower than these lows right here, right? Now, we have a high, we have a low. Now price has ran higher, taken buy side liquidity, gave us a lower high. Okay, and now we're seeing price trade down. Okay, traded down below this block, right? This level here, this previous low. And now that's what I found to be interesting, right? And then you can see as January has started off, they've traded back up to the halfway of this whole price run, which is a major key level for us. Okay, so on the monthly time frame, we're at this equilibrium. On top of that, we are at the body of this candle. Okay, now why is that candle important? All right, that candle is important because this was the low before we went and ran out this high here. Right here, traded up into these imbalanced key levels, and then we saw price sell off. Okay, so right now, seeing price come up, give this high, lower high, drop down, lower low, than these lows, right, on a lower time frame, and now seeing them run back up into this level, my curiosity's peaked, right, because I see this as a key resistance level, and you can see price has just been kind of like moving back and forth here at this level. And now today, Sunday, starting off, well, today's Monday now, you can see Monday going into Tuesday, actually, I'm sorry, price has now gave a sharp run higher to start off the day. So we're going to dive into that. So what I'm basically getting to the conclusion of is that I'm being super aware at the narrative at these levels. I do want to see a higher dollar, but I just feel as though, just based off of what I'm showing on a higher time frame, I'm just being aware that I could see them come lower first before we see them higher. Now, again, when I go to a lower time frame, I'll show you that for the past 2 weeks, dollar has been consolidating, right? So I don't have a specific narrative or direction, personal direction, like, oh, DXY is definitely going to do this, definitely going to go this direction. Like, I don't have that right now, okay? Those of you guys that are in the guild, you hop on the live sessions, you know how it does, right? We develop that, especially when we have times where price action has been consolidating for 2 weeks, right? It's just literally 2 weeks of, price in the same exact place, and a very interesting place, right? The halfway point of the price run from 2021, right? And then if we also just look at the month of December, right? This here was the high of December. Right here was the high of December. Right here was the low of December. Right here, December 28th, December 7th. That was the high to the low. Okay, and when I draw a measure of that time as well, guess what? we've been consolidating not only at the halfway point of the last 2 years, but the halfway point of last month, right? A key, the previous month from right now, right? The most recent data for us to draw from is last month. So I'm not really pressed to have an opinion on DXY at this very moment, or definite direction on which way DXY wants to go. I will say that this weekly fair value gap that we're trading into, this weekly imbalance here, bang, right? I'm suspicious. What is the word I want to use? I don't know, but I'm suspicious of DXY on bearish dollar. Okay, but because I am a believer in the dollar if it wants to run higher, because a lot of people really believe that cryptos are just going to take off forever because they've been taking off for a little while now. That indices are just going to continue to take off forever. And I think we're going to see one more sharp move higher for the DXY before that happens, okay, long term. But at this very moment, just looking at the price action, DXY has been bearish since October, pretty much. So I just need to see a little bit more breaks of structure here on the lower time frames, right? Like this was nice seeing this run higher, right? Higher high, higher lows, okay? But now I need to see them continue it, right? Go a little bit stronger, because now, like I showed you, we're at these key levels on the higher time frame. Looking at the daily time frame, boom, right? We have this imbalance. Okay, that's not normal. Anybody who looks at a chart knows there's not supposed to be a gap there, right? So that is a key level, right, that I pay attention to, right? They respected it once, they came into it again, respected it again, respect. We've been trading at this level for 2 weeks. So it's either we break through this with strong aggression, and if we do get through this with strong aggression, at that point I'll be willing to say, okay, cool. I'm sorry guys, let me mute this. Right? So I'm willing to say, like, okay, boom, we get above this key level right here. I'm willing to look at this as a floor, okay, if we see price close above this. However, if not, then I'm paying attention to this as a level that price respects. Seeing them start off this week, okay, because technically DXY was closed yesterday, Monday, being Martin Luther King Day. So they're starting off the week just with a strong gap higher, right? I feel like that entices a lot of people into, seeing the market, be bullish, right, at the beginning of the week. So I want to see how we respond when we're getting up above maybe this high, right? If we get up above this high, and right above this high is what the top of that imbalance. Okay, so I want to see if, with this momentum, I guess you want to say, like, there's not even any price action. It's literally just a gap higher that has happened so far. So we'll see going into London session how the next few hours of candles prints. It's 8 o'clock right now. So we'll see, does price go ahead and run up to this buy side, to this high here from January. But that wick is so ugly. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of manipulation in there. Let's look on another chart. Okay, we have that on another chart as well. Okay, so yeah, so we'll just keep that in mind on DXY as we progress. But I was pointing out, like I said, we have this imbalance here on the dollar, and this low here. This is a key level for me, right? Because price, once this was a previous lower low, right? High, lower low, lower high, broke, became a lower, and then we got another lower low here, and then we saw price go ahead and trade back up to it. All right, so I pay attention to that. This was also the last down candle before price ran above these highs over here. So that's like two key levels right next to each other. Bang, the imbalance, this one here. And again, like I said, we have dollar trading into the premium of last month and stuff like that. So I'm a little suspicious, man. I'm a little bit suspicious for the the bullishness as much as I want it to happen. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go ahead and make a run above here, and then we see them drop back either into this consolidation or further down lower, right? Because if we do go ahead and see that happen, guess what? We saw price run out these highs of 2023, and right below the level that we're at right now is the lows here of 2023. right? So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, if price goes ahead, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, we're trading up, right? We have a key level. We have key levels to pay attention to. We got liquidity for them to trade above. We get up above this level and start to see bearish price action, then I mean, not only do I think that they're going to make a run for this low here from December, I mean, I see them going ahead and dropping down into this daily sell side a little further, right? Now, again, like I said, what the other side of this is that if price continues strong above this level and we get a daily close above here, then at that point I will look at this as a floor. And that's how I treat the dollar. All right, so now with that in mind, okay, with that in mind, at this very moment, right, if I was going to take a trade at this very second, I want to see continued dollar strength until we get up to 102.83, right, that type of time, right? So let's take a look over at Euro, okay? Let's take a look over at Euro. Now, Euro, naturally, I want to see overall a bullish dollar, like higher time frame wise, and I can see the same, well, the opposite for Euro, right? Because Euro has traded into these weekly key levels, and we've started to see a breaks of structure already. Euro's already, you know, confirming bearishness, because after coming into these monthly key level here, right? This line you see in the middle, right? They came up to that key level, and then we got lower low, right? And then we got price, you know, consolidating. We got even lower low. Now we're getting a lower high, right? And now we're seeing price go ahead and make a run down. Now here's the thing: is that I just wanted to see them trade back up to here, right? Before they sold off. Now I know what you're thinking, right? They came pretty close, man. They came pretty close, man. Like, let's look at another Euro chart just to compare real quick. Okay. See, this is why you gotta look at other Euro charts. Okay, on the other chart, that level is not even there. So let me look at a different one. Yeah, on the other chart, that candle doesn't even print in that way. But we know, right? We know it was right here that I'm paying attention to. But yeah, either way, we could say they came pretty close, right? They came pretty close to that area, to that number. And then we saw the sharp sell off. All right, so it's a potential that they don't need to come back up here. But you know, if they're not, if I see DXY, like I said, like I told you guys, if we see DXY close above this level, like this, and then I see them trade back down, right, into it like so, then I'll expect dollar bullishness, and I'll be aiming for the highs of December, right? If not, if we hold this level, then I'm looking at potentially for us to run the not only the lows of December, but the lows of 2023 on DXY. Now, if we see DXY push higher and close above like this, then Euro, I'm going to be looking for strong sells on Euro. All right, I want to see Euro at the low of December. I want to see Euro at the lows of of November. I don't think those were the absolute lows, but from these lows in November, and even potentially down to the lows of November, right? That's what I want to see if the dollar starts to show its strength. Because if dollar goes ahead and starts gaining some legs, we're in for, you know, some smooth sailing. Now, if dollar doesn't end up wanting to be bearish, I most likely wouldn't want to be looking to buy the currencies. I'll buy something, you know, that's still been very clearly bullish, right? Like I would be looking at buying. I would be looking at buying the indices. I'll be looking at, you know, gold buys. Those are what I would be looking to buy if dollar shows continued bearishness, right? But if we see that dollar strength and it's serious, then I'll be looking to take sells on Euro. Now, if you are looking to take buys on Euro, and if there were any opportunities, you see I have this alert down here at 108.87. I would want to see them go ahead and make a run out down there, right? Come down into this imbalance, right? High of this candle, low of this candle, we have imbalance here that hasn't been filled in yet. All right, so I would want to see price drop down into this level. Right, and that's also the low of January. So yeah, if I saw them dig into this, DXY was looking bearish. Then this is that area I would look to pull the trigger on euro, or if euro trades down into that level and we see, you know, a spike away from it, then that would be confirmation that I could start looking for an opportunity, right? Like if I saw price action like this, then I could start looking for, you know, opportunity as they came back into that level, to go ahead and tag the highs, you know, of December right here, right? So that's the way I'm gonna be prepared for this this week coming up, and based on however we respond coming into these levels, I kind of have a good idea of what direction we could get one-sidedness, and we just look for continued opportunities inside of that until we reach the key level that we're looking for. So New York session tomorrow, I believe I'm a trade London session with the guild, so you know, you're part of the family, part of the team, then you know, you can hop on to the live session during London session or during New York session, and we'll be able to go into more detail. Now let's check out somebody like gold, right? Let's take out gold. Gold's one of my first pairs, really like my first asset. Not even just asset, like I know it's not a pair, but the first thing I made the decision to trade was gold. Right? And so gold right now is seeing a pretty good run of all-time highs. We just traded above the previous all-time highs and saw a pretty big drop off, right? We fell off about 1,000 pips from those highs. And looking down at the weekly time frame right now, we've seen gold trade back down into these previous key levels over here, these previous highs. Bang. Right, saw them trade back down, and this is the weekly time frame, right? So here, end of November, beginning of December, we saw a sharp trade higher. Movements higher. We saw them drop back down into that key level here, and then the last few weeks of December and January, we've just been kind of consolidating right on this high. Okay, now going down to the lower time frames, the confirmations on all this is going to come right back down to the dollar. Like I said, okay, if dollar shows willingness to go bearish, then at the end of the day, I mean, gold looks the best for me to look for buy opportunities. All right, since October, gold has been trading, has been bullish, right, since October, and recently, if we look at the month of December, gold has already traded into a discount of the month of December. I'm not including this wick because it's very suspicious, right? It's just not a normal wick. There's not a lot of price action in there. Let's see. Let's look at another chart. They all kind of pretty much call the same level. But either way, right, price is at a discount from the wick, right? It doesn't even matter how we put it, right? Price traded up higher, right? Traded up into these highs. But from these highs down to these lows, price is at a discount. And that's not even the most recent high, so that's the problem, right? So we have this low here, and then we have this most recent high here. We just traded into a discount of that, and then we saw expansion higher away from where? Away from this imbalance that was down here, right? They hit that imbalance once, took off, okay? Just came back down here, took the lows, came back into the imbalance, and then we see big expansion higher. All right, again, and if you want to just compare it to just the high to the low of December, again, still it doesn't matter, right? From traded down into a discount of December into that imbalance, and now trading back up into the premium. So I mean, this at least at minimum would be the next level to catch my attention on a bullish gold. All right, and so I would be looking for a potential opportunity, and after seeing them run down below this low and then go strong higher like this, I don't want to see them come back below this low. All right, this is like, that's an invalidation. Like if they trade back below this, then I'm I'm potentially looking to actually see them either consolidate or make a run down to this sell side, right? If we're correct that price wants to run here as long as dollar is bearish, if we are correct about that, then guess what? Their price should not come back down here until it reaches this level of liquidity, right? Because they ran out these levels of liquidity. Okay, so now they need to deliver it somewhere. All right, and so that's what I'm seeing. If they take out, you know, these highs here, right, and decide to sell off, or these highs here and decide to sell off, then yeah, I'd be very not I wouldn't be confident in the buys anymore. Do you understand? Like that's what I mean when I say invalidated. So either way, when we look at this, here are those lows that were taken out. This was that last high before price dropped down and took out those lows. Okay, before price went ahead and sold off and took out those lows. So this is a key level that I want to pay attention to. All right, this is also the low of Monday here. All right, this whole thing right here is a nice key level for me to pay attention to. What was the day? Oh, that's tomorrow, not today. Okay. So yeah, that's my thoughts on gold. That's my thoughts on gold, man. I kind of almost don't even. I don't even feel like they need to make their way down here. All right, price already traded above this level, gave us a high, traded back down to that level, and then from there smashed higher, right? Came back down into it one more time, smashed higher, right? And now right now you're seeing price trade back down. We just came back down into the discount of that last expansion, you know, down into these nice, you know, everybody's favorite levels, right? The 62 to the 78, right? Gold's one of those you could find an opportunity in Asian session, so this might be one of those. All right, but remember, I would want a bearish dollar for that to be the case. Okay, so paying attention to how DXY is responding after that big old jump that they just did. All right, but gold, let me compare also with silver. All right, we're also seeing a little pump on silver after taking out some lows. Okay. Gold might see some Asian session excitement, huh? What you guys thinking? Anybody in here trade gold? What do you guys trade? How about that one? All right, so going down on the lower time frames here. I like to map out not just price, but time. So that's Monday. At this very moment, this last low on gold doesn't look too safe. All right, doesn't look too safe. Seeing them trade up into that shaky imbalance right there. Let's see. So what would be really good for the buys, again, is if we see weakness on dollar. If gold does show strength to get above this box here, right, then the same thing as I was pointing out on dollar, you could see, you know, that would be a valid type of opportunity, right? It's like a good 1 to 2. right? If gold were to get up above this level and close there. Now, if not, and DXY is showing willingness to go higher, then I don't want to see gold close above this level. And on a lower time frame, we would want to see breaks of structure from this level to start to take us lower, right? And that's how I would trade this level, because I like how gold is responding liquidity wise. I like how the dollar is moving right now. We're inside of a kill zone, right? Inside of Asian kill zone, where gold, typically will get a lot of movement. So that's how I would look at this. Let's take a look at dollar. This is the type of reaction that I like to see from here, right? So I would stop loss there, and then aiming for the lows down there. Let's see how it goes. Since it's Asian session, like, I don't go for too many pips during Asian session. If it ends up being a good setup, right? I don't go for too many pips during Asian. Now let me tell you what would make it to where. Let's see how we close inside of this candle. Good respect. But dollar is looking pretty weak, so we'll see. It's interesting. Now this 1 minute candle is respecting that level. That's good news, right? That's good news. But I'm the most confident once we see this form on the 5 minute, So 1 minute is a risky play, but and we're gonna see. And TP1 will be at 20 pips, right? And what would give us even more confidence in this would be seeing a little strength in dollar, but wouldn't be too disappointed if we don't see that strength in dollar. Okay. So now we're seeing that pattern that we want to see, right? We had a high on the left side, we had a high here, Now we're getting lower low and lower high here on the right side. Now we just want to see price delivered to liquidity, which would be here, this imbalance, right? Because we could see bullishness from there, like we were looking for originally, or to this overall low in general for the ultimate TP, right? Oh, not down there. From here, from last week, boom, for the ultimate TP. So let's see. We might get lucky. They might it might hit right while we're on here. Already came to a conclusion as far as DXY. Like we said, we're gonna wait it out, wait and see. As it plays out in the week, we'll come to more and more conclusions. Bop. We in profit though. Tad bit. But like I said, I want to see this confirm on the 5 minute, right? And that would look like a close below this level. All right, we get a close below that level. I'm a lot more. Whew. All right, we good. I could see them going ahead and even getting down to this low here. But I'm gonna take my partials at that 1 to 2. Always take my partials, especially on these types of accounts. I always take my partials at 1 to 2, and then we'll check out the rest. Let's see if dollar's showing us anything we want to see. Nope. Ain't showing us nothing we want to see. We're gonna see, right? Dollar's coming back down to this gap here, how they open the day. Let's see how price responds there. Typically, we'll see, strong reactions on price from gaps, right? So we'll see. Remember, this is also a 15-minute key level that we're trading off of. The waiting game. Like, I wonder, like, what kind of music. I'm gonna have to look that up. Like, what can I play the music I like to listen to when I'm streaming on YouTube? That's all. That's the only thing, with YouTube. I'm curious. That's not what we like to see. A lot of strength coming here on the 1 minute, but let's see what's going on. Okay, so $25 seconds left on this 5 minute candle. Let's see if they close bigger than this last down candle here. If they close bigger than that, if we get an engulfing candle here, then I'll invalidate this and I'll let her go. But if we do continue to get this bearish price action coming in here, then we're gonna stick with her. I don't know how the saying goes on TikTok, like that's I'm gonna stick by him. I'm gonna stick by him. That'd be me and Gold's relationship. So looks like the 5 minute closed Perfect, perfect. It did not close engulfing, so as of right now, I still like this setup. Still like this setup as of right now. Okay, okay. Boom. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see what the 5 minutes looking like. This is what we want to see, folks. This is what we want to see. Okay. Now we want to see dollar hit this level, this gap, and see how she responds there.
Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this track, we'd greatly appreciate your support by clicking the subscribe button. Your subscription means a
Oh
lot.
wow, now they're trying to use my stream as an ad. Thought it was ad free music. I thought that's what we had going on. Let's do some lo-fi. Sheesh. Yeah, they're not rocking with us on that one. So, let me look at the 15. Hmm. So, turn you down a little bit lo-fi. Dot dot. So, all right, dope. So I do I'm liking this level on gold. I don't feel like sitting here and watching it. That's not usually like it's not really the type of trader I am. So I give it a little bit of time to give us some, to give us a show, and it didn't give us a show, right? So I mean, it's giving us a show, but it's kind of just bouncing back and forth. So we're just gonna leave this one here. If you're, for those of you guys that was on here, if you did take the trade, um, invalidation levels at 2053.69. All right, TP is at 2050.90. All right, and if price action continues like bullish from here, right after we just saw that really big run higher, if we see them run up here again, um, you could bail out, right? If you want to, I would cut some of my positions, because most of my setups, they happen very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like when they don't, and I'm seeing a lot of, you know, choppiness at key levels, that's when I start to, okay, well, maybe I'll scale out, I'll take some of the position out. But for right now, I'm gonna leave them alone. If they hit the stop loss, they hit the stop loss. The biggest takeaway from what I was saying today, is on DXY and what I'm looking for, as far as confirmation with this key level we're at right now. As you can see, we're already seeing a little bit of bearish reaction from them after trading all the way up. They hit that level, and guess what? Now we're seeing a response. So it's going to be a very key how price, you know, operates going into London session with this level. You know, are we going to continue to run higher for this highs here, or are we just going to, you know, as we see, you know, reject from that level, and sell off to the downside? But I'm liking that bearish reaction that we got already. And let me look at a, you know, when we look at it at one of the other dollar chart, it was a really strong reaction from there. But we'll see. I'm not liking the way that gold is fondling this level, but just because of how choppy the market is and the market has been already, I'm just gonna leave it. You know, didn't do no crazy lot size because it's Asian session. I didn't do no crazy risk, so whatever, right? If it plays out, it plays out. But remember, this is a 15-minute setup, right? So all this back and forth on the 1 minute, it's fugly, but you know, at the end of the day, they would have to invalidate this 15-minute level, for this trade to be a loss. So we'll see how it goes. All right, but with that being said, it's been about an hour on here. So we'll go ahead and save this recording. And again, for those of y'all in the guild traders, see you guys in the live trading room. All right, appreciate you guys. See, bunch of back and forth at this level right now. So I'm not gonna get too emotionally invested. But yeah, peace.